Hi guys, welcome back to Nebula Fox Toy Reviews. No fursuit introduction today, I'm afraid. I'm not feeling 100% and I don't really want to run the risk of breathing whatever I have onto the inside of my fursuit head to then recatch it at a later date. But we are still going to be having a toy review nonetheless this week. And today we are going to be looking at the final wave of Ferocious pack figures from Jurassic World Dominion. Yes, the Jurassic World Dominion toy line has officially come to an end now, and Mattel has moved on to the Dino Trackers toy line. Not 100% certain on how many of those I'll be able to get. I am going to try and get the Dino Trackers figures that are this size, so the smaller ones. But in terms of like the bigger ones, like the Raw Striker size and the bigger like massive action sort of size ones, I'm not 100% sure, because the prices are going up. These ones this size, are now going to be £15. So the prices of them are slowly going up and up to being ridiculous for the size of the figure. But anyway, so this is wave 3 of the Jurassic World Dominion Ferocious pack figures. We have the Einiosaurus, Atrociraptor Pantera, the Moros Intrepidus, and Velociraptor. And obviously, because this is a Dominion review, we will be opening one of the Dominion captives' eggs at the end as well. So, we'll start off by looking at the Einiosaurus, because this is the new species that they've added in this wave. And first impressions is I honestly really like this figure. It's my first Einiosaurus figure, and I think it's been done really well. So the eyes, for once, have been painted on really quite nicely. This one's bled a little tiny bit, but it's nothing too noticeable. So yeah, the eyes have been done really well. I love this little splash of colour on the crest, a little bit of red and yellow. So I really like that. The head, the top part of the head is done in this really nice darker blue. And the tip of the horn has been done in quite a deep red. I'm going to get these ones out of the way because they're messing with the focus. So there we go. So it's done and got a little bit of deep red or brown on the tip of the horn. The beak hasn't been painted, which is a bit of a shame. Then again, the horn hasn't been painted either. And neither have the crest spikes. Oh well. The frill spikes haven't been painted either, but overall it is really nice. So I said the top of the head is done in a darker blue. The bottom jaw and the body have been done in this lighter blue, which is really nice. And then the underbelly and majority of the back legs have been done in like a very pale green, creamy colour. The detail on this figure is really nice. I like the plates that are going down the back. They make it seem a little bit armoured. So that is really nice. No painted claws, but, you know, that's a given with Mattel these days. They don't really paint their claws at all on their figures, excuse me. But overall, the Einiosaurus is very nice. For articulation, the head can move up and down, and it can also rotate around. The legs can go backwards and forwards. And the tail, for some reason, can rotate. The tail articulation is pointless. The legs on these cannot move in and out, because these are the extremely basic, like, attack pack style figures, so they've got less articulation. But yeah, for the scan code, which comes out of the hips, basically, that is the scan code for the Einiosaurus. You've most likely already got this from other reviewers, but if you haven't and you're watching mine, then thank you. And here is the code. Oh, I've just noticed in the camera that some of that creamy colour has splashed onto its back. Oh well. So anyway, that was the Einiosaurus. So moving on, we will do Atrociraptor Pantera now. This is the second version of this figure. The first one was in the Owen Escape Pack, where it came with Owen, Atrociraptor Pantera, Atrociraptor Red, and Carnotaurus. That is an older set now, and I have yet to review it. I will admit, I still need to review it. There's quite a few Dominion figures that I still need to review, but with me doing one video a week, and me getting some anime figures that bringing the views to my channel more than Jurassic World does, I've sort of been prioritizing reviewing other things rather than Jurassic World. But I'm still obviously doing Jurassic World on the side. So yeah, so this is Atrociraptor Pantera. The paint has been done really nicely. This darker brown is metallic on the face. The inside of the mouth has been done quite nice and clean. Also, the roof of the mouth hasn't been painted. That's just the same colour as the base plastic. But the little fleshy bit and the tongue and the back of the throat have been painted nicely, as well as the teeth. The eyes are done really nicely. The eyes are done perfectly on both sides. We've got the brown paint that goes down the neck, through down the side of the body, till just past the base of the tail. It's a bit easier to see on this side. So yeah, down the neck, across the body. So it's basically like it's got blue, the Indoraptor's patterns, just its own colour scheme. The arms have been done in this off-white colour, and the legs mostly are also the off-white colour with a little bit of the yellow at the hip. And then the tail starts off yellow and then fades into the white. This is actually similar but a different paint scheme to the one you get with the Owen Escape Pack. I believe the one with the Owen Escape Pack, I haven't actually looked at that version of the figure in a while. The Owen Escape Pack one, I believe, just has the solid white legs, like there's no fading. But when I do come to reviewing that one, I will get this one back out so we can do a comparison, as well as for Atrociraptor Red as well. So yeah, for articulation, the head can go up and down and also rotate. The mouth can open and close. The arms can rotate around, as can the legs. And the tail, like I said, the tail is pointless. The pose it's in, a lot of people don't like the pose, because it's another crouching raptor. But I do believe the crouching Atrociraptor is better than the crouching Velociraptor, mainly because this neck adds a little bit more articulation into the pose, and it just looks nicer, I think. I don't have a crouching Velociraptor on me to compare it to, but I will try and get one for when I do the Owen Escape Pack review. But overall, I do believe the crouching Atrociraptor looks better than the crouching Velociraptor. Here is the scan code for Atrociraptor Pantera. And there you go. You've most likely definitely already got this one, either through other people's reviews or the Owen Escape, or having the Owen Escape Pack figure, because this scan is the exact same dinosaur, even though the paint is slightly different. And they do stand up pretty nicely when you get it all flat. There we go. I'll put that leg down a bit. Yeah. They do sort of stand up nicely. Obviously, the Einiosaurus has 0 issues standing because it's on 4 legs. Next up, we shall take a look at the Moros Intrepidus. Now, this is a repaint. I do actually kind of prefer this colour just because it's darker. It seems a bit more natural. And because it's darker and has this lighter tone, it's ever so slightly more accurate to how it is on the screen. Obviously, the sculpt is not, because in the film it's just like an absolutely teensy T-Rex, whereas here it does look like its own dinosaur sort of thing. So we've got a really nice long snout. The eyes have been painted okay on this side, a little bit sloppy on this side. And like with the Atrociraptor, this red paint is glossy, as well as the bit in this dimple is quite glossy as well. And we've got the feathers going down the back of the head into a big crest, and they go all the way down the back of the dinosaur down to just before the tip of the tail. So the feathers are a nice touch. I believe this was Mattel's first, like the original one, I think that was Mattel's first feathered dinosaur. It would have been this and the Therizinosaurus, because I know the Pyroraptor didn't come out until a later wave. So yeah, it would have been this and the Therizinosaurus as the first feathered dinosaurs. But are you gonna focus, camera? There we go. So yeah, so some really nice work on this. I do quite like just a little bit of very pale white, almost pinky colour on the front of the legs. And then going down to the tip of the tail, which turns into red. So we've got the bottom jaw in this like sort of pale grey colour. And that pale grey is also painted on the feathers on the back of the head. And a little bit on the back. But most of it, the feathers are painted in the red, which is really nice. Once again, no painted claws, as, you know, with the Atrociraptor as well, no painted claws. I feel like on the Moros Intrepidus, it's not as obvious, just because you normally be painting the claws black. And obviously the dinosaur is already a dark brown blacky colour, so it doesn't stand out as much on this Moros Intrepidus. But for articulation, the mouth can open pretty wide. It is a bit stiff, and as you can see, inside of the mouth is painted nicely, apart from the roof. Head can go up and down and rotate around, so we can sort of look behind him. You can just look at the meteor that's going to come and smack him in the face. The arms can move back and forth, as can the legs, that are once again quite stiff. And the tail can rotate. I got all of this wave for Christmas, just gone. So all of the joints are still a little bit stiff because I haven't really played with them that much. But yeah, that is the Moros Intrepidus, and I'm going to bring the original one in just to do some quick comparisons. So this bright green one is the original paint scheme, and yeah, I prefer this dark black one. This one would stand out more on your shelf, but I just feel this darker one is just better. Although I do prefer that the mouth can shut all the way on the green one, whereas on this one you can close it all the way, but it wants to open a little bit. So I think I'll probably display this guy with his mouth open if he does, and then this one with the mouth shut. So yeah, so the figures are exactly the same, but yeah. It feels like there's more paint on this one because the red sort of runs all the way through the body. But, I mean the orange kind of runs all the way through on that one. But I prefer the black one. Right, we'll put the green one back over there. And we'll put the black one over there as well. Add that to the pile. And final figure is the Velociraptor. Now, everyone by now is sick of all of the Velociraptors that Mattel have made. I know. I was starting to get a little fed up of them as well, even though I bought every single Velociraptor I came across so I could try and pack build. But this one is a new sculpt, as far as I'm aware. This is the first time I've had this sort of pose in my collection. This might also be the same figure as the one that came with the Capture and Crush truck. In fact, I think it is. I just don't have that truck because I would honestly only be getting that entire set for the Velociraptor. So it seems like a bit of a waste of money. I might get the Velociraptor its own if I find someone selling it. So the head sculpt on this raptor is exactly the same as the ones we've gotten in the past. Sloppy eye paint on this side, but decent eye paint on this side. So yeah, so we've got the grey, pale grey bottom jaw that runs a little tiny bit onto the neck. And then we have the brown head, and then we've got the dark brown patterns that run along the length of the body to about just over halfway down the tail. And then the rest of it is just solid red. They haven't really done anything with this raptor past the brown splotches. It's just all solid red. And that's it. There isn't really anything to talk about with this Velociraptor, because it is just another Velociraptor. And you know what? I will keep buying the Velociraptors, because I'm curious to see how many of them I can accumulate. I haven't bought every single Velociraptor, because there are some that either, like the Capture and Crush one, come in sets, or there are some that are American exclusives, like the battle damaged ones or the extreme damage ones. So I haven't got every single Velociraptor, but for the single pack ones, I've picked up every single Velociraptor that I have found. That once again doesn't mean I have them all, I've just grabbed the ones that I've found. So, for articulation on this raptor, the mouth can open and close. The head can go forward and back and also rotate. So this is actually quite a nice figure to have looking behind it. The arms can go back and forth, and the legs can as well, and the tail once again has the pointless rotation. I really don't know why they've put that articulation in them. Here is the scan code for the Velociraptor. Did I show you the Moros one? I don't think I did. So yeah, so there is the Velociraptor scan code. And I'll bring this guy back in real quickly. And there is the Moros Intrepidus scan code. Like I said, I can't remember if I showed you. Just pause the video and scan it. So let's bring all of these guys back in. And we shall open this egg. Before I open the egg, I did open one off camera, because it's basically every time I stock up on these for the videos, I will open one of them off screen when I get them. And I got the T-Rex in one. So this is a new figure to the collection, which is why I'm showing it. If it was another Giga or just one that I already had, I wouldn't bother showing it. But this is the T-Rex, which is brand new to the collection, which is really nice. I shall add you in there. And there's its little pog thing. So there we go. And now let's open this one. So yeah, the UK, I know for the Dominion ones at least, there are 3 waves in America. The UK hasn't got past wave 1. Which is handy, because I still need to get all of wave 1. So we've got the slime. We're just going to leave the slime in the egg. Just get the dinosaur out. I'm hoping for the Ferocious, because I haven't got that one yet. And it's one that I do really want. It looks like a chunky one. So please be something I don't have. Please be something I don't have. It's the Therizinosaurus! Yes! Finally! I'll put the rubbish over there. Oh, so we finally have the Therizinosaurus. Oh, that tail goes on really easily. So here we go. Here is the big moody bird boy that likes to swat deer. The Therizinosaurus. This figure is really cool. I have a feeling the head is meant to be a little bit straighter, like that, but it doesn't matter. Try and remold it in hot water. But yes, finally have the Therizinosaurus in the collection. So happy with that. Let's add you in there. It stands up really nicely as well. And here is its pog. the Therizinosaurus, and its stats, but who cares about those? So, which ones do I need now? Of these special ones, I have the Pyroraptor, the Dimetrodon, and the Quetzal. And this side, I have the limited Giga and the limited Pyroraptor. I've got the regular Giga. I've got the Para. Do I have the Dilo? I can't remember. I've got the T-Rex. I've got Ghost. I think I've got Tiger. I've got the Therizinosaurus now. So I need Stiggy. I need the Carnotaurus. I need the Spinosaurus. And I need the Mosasaurus. Oh, and the Ankylosaurus. I don't think I need the Dilophosaurus. So I only need 4 more to get the full set that's on this checklist. Now hopefully that those 4 will be in the pile of eggs that I have yet to open. But yeah, that is that basically. I can't really say anything else about these figures. So thank you very much for watching, guys. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, leave a comment if you want to say anything about this review. And I shall see you all in the next video, whatever that'll be. Bye!